Seriously, they don't trust you. Like if someone sends me an invitation and they have less than 500, I really have to, I'm usually easygoing on accepting invitations, but I really have to look at their profile first. You know? So 500, after 500, LinkedIn shows your connection as 500 plus. The maximum number of connections that you have on LinkedIn is 30,000. So from 501 to 30,000 would be 500 plus. A lot of people, they do the mistake of having, do we know what a tagline on LinkedIn is? Tagline is that whatever you have right under your name. They put their title there. It doesn't do anything for you. LinkedIn is as good as a search engine as Google. Especially that now, everybody that is professional, when they need something, they go to LinkedIn and search for it. So you have to make sure to make your profile searchable. Again, if you don't appear on the first page of LinkedIn search, you don't exist. And there is a very easy way to be ranked on Google first, on LinkedIn first page. You can do it, you can see it real time. You can see your name jump to the first page of search if you do few things to optimize your profile. So we'll go through that. First of all, right under your name there is a tagline. Make sure it's part of your brand. Make sure not your title, director or researcher. Put what is it that you do. Child development, psychology. What is it that you want people to find you under? And that has to go on the tagline. And the tagline takes 140 characters. So you have to be very mindful of how to use these names. I mean this word, the characters. And then you can actually, there is advanced search now on LinkedIn. So for example, you put whatever you search on the search box, and between quotation marks, and you put researcher plus Los Angeles. It will pull for you the researchers that are on LinkedIn in Los Angeles. So that's why you can actually bring it down and like focus on your search. LinkedIn does not allow you to have an email address or a website in your tagline or your name. It's against LinkedIn terms of services. If they find you doing this, they will suspend your account. So be very careful with that. No phone number, no email, no website. And then it will always ask you, you want to import your address book? Don't do it. Because what it does, it will send an invitation to every single person and their mother on your address book, people that you haven't talked to in 5 years, and it will send them not only an invitation, but also 2 reminders. And it annoys people. And sometimes you don't even know these people. So you run the risk of getting what we call IDK. IDK meaning I don't know. People will respond to your invitation as IDK. If you have 5 IDKs, LinkedIn will restrict your account. It will not allow you to send invitation to people anymore without having their email address, even if it's your own brother or sister. So be very careful with that. And then personalize invites whenever you can. If you have 10 email addresses, add them to your LinkedIn profile. Why? Because if someone sends you an invitation on an email that you did not add to your LinkedIn profile and you accept it, it creates a duplicate profile. I know people that had 5 profiles, not knowing that they just accepted invites on other emails. And then optimize your profile. There is a link that tells you, someone asks you sometimes, what's your link on LinkedIn? What is it, how I can find you? Make sure to personalize that. There is, on the settings, on edit profile, there is a way on how to do that. Make sure to personalize it so people can find you. And always remember that on LinkedIn, your network is your net worth. Remember that. That's why 500 plus, this is what you should have. Now, how to maximize, you have to have what we call an AllStar. It used to be called 100% full profile on LinkedIn. And to do that, there are certain components that you have to have. You have to have a picture. And a picture, not of your dog or your cat, and not in your swimming suit. Okay? And not going through the forest. I have seen all that. I'm not kidding. I'm not making that up. I've seen all that. It has to be a professional headshot. Not even all your body, just a headshot. Professional headshot. If you don't have that, if someone flags your profile, LinkedIn will take it down. After 3 times taking it down, they will not let you put any more pictures. And people trust, basically, the people that have pictures, because this is the second best to personal meeting. I know that a lot of people are some people are very leery on putting the pictures because they are scared of discrimination, either of age or color or gender, no matter what it is. And to those I say, you know what, if people start working with you or start interviewing you or working with you, they will know who you are. So you might as well know from the start than going through it and knowing that you're not fit for whatever it is. So you have to have 5 skill sets, at least 5. You have to have a summary of 2,000 words. You have to have a present title and a past title. And that's what will constitute an all-star. You optimize your profile to be found in 5 places. The tagline that is right under your name, in your summary, in your present title, in your previous title, and in your skills. This way, and I'll give you a trick. Search the word that you want to be found for. And look what are the profiles that are going to come. Open this profile. LinkedIn will highlight in yellow the keywords that you're looking for. Count down how many they have in their profile. If you have the same number or one over them, you become the #1 out of 200,000 searches. As easy as that. So this is very easy to do, and you can see it right away. Create your own group, especially if you're doing through a separate research. It gives you a lot of credibility. And have a company page. And you can have a company page even for a research, as long as you have an email address on that domain name. Add certification. This is in here, if you see on the side, see, this is my tag. This is what we call a tagline. And this is current, past. This is the link, and I have it basically personalized. On the side, you will see that you can add test score, courses, patents, and certification, and even volunteering courses. These are very important for you to fill because it lets people know what you do. And LinkedIn is not a resume place. It's a portfolio. It's a full portfolio. It's how you present yourself to people. So this is more or less what we need to do. Yeah. This is the recommendations, endorsements, and the endorsements, once you get up to 99 endorsements, it will not show anymore after that. And it will show pictures of people that endorse you up to 10. There is a difference between a recommendation and endorsement. A recommendation is actually when someone takes the time to write something about you, to sing your praises, basically, in a paragraph or 2. But in order for them to send you that recommendation on LinkedIn, they have to be connected to you, a first degree, and they have to be on LinkedIn, obviously. If not, you can't. But LinkedIn has now what we call a rich media app, where you can upload documents, you can upload videos, you can upload pictures, you can link your slide share and show your presentation on your profile. And that increases your searchability and also establish credibility in whatever you do. And for example, the groups, there is a group called here Clinical Research Professionals, and it has 41,825 members. So this is the beauty of the groups, and you can join up to 50 groups on LinkedIn at the same time, and 50 subgroups. So I don't think you really have the time to even go through 50. The blog. Why is blog important? Blog is basically short articles between 300, 900 to even 1,000 words, and you can have them on platforms like WordPress that is free or paid. The free is WordPress.com, and the paid one is .org. You do not have to be Shakespeare to write a blog. You don't. But make sure that you don't have any typos or any grammatical errors. Link your blog to WordPress has a way that you can link your blog to all of your social media. And also, I tell WordPress whenever I publish a blog, they send it directly without me doing it, automatically, to Facebook, to Twitter, to Pinterest, and to LinkedIn. Just like that. It will send it right away. And then place yourself as an authority, and you see that they have an archive that they can go into reverse chronological order. Why is it important? Because you take control of what your content is. You write your ideas. You give a part of yourself, and you educate people on what you're doing in your own words. And it acts as 24/7 a marketing PR agency for you because it's always online. Again, you need to optimize it. It drives incoming traffic and followers, and there are people that you will see that will subscribe to your blog. Whenever you publish a blog, they get it as well. And it's considered fresh content by blog. And if you decide to blog, make sure that you have that it's a commitment. Do not write one day and then a year later write the other one. Try to write at least once a week a blog. And if whatever you're doing has any connection with events that are going right now, write a blog right there and then. Because people are already looking for that event. You get organic search to your blog, and that will increase your searching in whatever is going on. Like, for example, if you're doing research on influenza and on vaccinations, write a blog. Whenever they wrote about the flu or whatever, write a blog about that. And use the word flu in California in the title or in the description. People are already looking for that. So that will increase your ranking on Google. Google is about how to be smart to rank your stuff so people can find you. Then the rules. Answer, like I was just saying, if there is any questions that you can answer with your research, go ahead and do it. They found out that the blogs that are mostly read are the blogs that start by how to, or 7 things to, or 5 points to follow. Whatever starts with a number or how to, people have a tendency, it triggers something in their brain that they read that blog. Use keywords everywhere, and also don't use jargon. I mean, again, don't go and use very scientific terms that only someone in your field can understand. Make it as easy as possible for people to do it. So if you're doing a research, for example, every week you can keep people alert of what you're doing and the progress of your research, so you can have a feedback, you can collaborate with others, but you're also establishing yourself as an authority. Twitter. Who has Twitter? You use it for work. Okay. Twitter is basically, it's an easy way to discover the latest research you care about. And it's built on the idea of what are you doing. So if you're having coffee at Starbucks, no one cares to know. If you're walking your dog in the rain, no one cares to know. So just like, especially if you're using it for work, yes, have sense of humor, yes, be personal. And the most important thing about all this social media is to be very personable. And to have status updates. Like even on LinkedIn, use your status updates at least once a day. And you can use it through Feedly. We talked about Feedly, how you can populate LinkedIn with Feedly. So it's a micro-blogging form, and it's 140 characters. Do we know why is it 140 characters? I can't hear.
Keeps your costs down, so they don't have to charge for it?
Nobody wants to read something to you.
To avoid rents?
You can rent 10 posts, each of 140. No, when Twitter started in 2006, it was started in Europe, in London. And I know that here in the United States, we are barely coming to the text marketing on the phones. Since 2004, it was huge in India, in the Middle East, and in Europe. So they had an idea, we don't want to use Twitter only on PCs and laptops. We want to have access to people on their smartphones. And their text phones allows you only, at that time, 160 characters. So they thought, okay, we need someone to have a username, we'll give them 20 characters, so the message can be only 140 characters, so anyone can look at it on their smartphone. That's why the 140 characters came from. So it's about, again, it's real-time search, and this is how you can find it. It's very important that when you tweet, and hashtags started in Twitter, and now everybody uses it. I mean, you use it on Pinterest, on LinkedIn, on Google+, everywhere. You use these hashtags, you don't leave space between the hashtag and the keyword that you're using. The minute you do that, you already transform that keyword into a link. So if you are doing research and have hashtag research, if I'm looking for research and I click on that, it will give me all the tweets that are talking about research. So if you are a researcher and you do that and you search for hashtag research, you pull everybody, you can actually start a real conversation with people. If you need to ask questions, if you need to have clarification, you can ask and do it on real-time conversation. That's how you can make your followers better, and you can collaborate and share stuff on Twitter. You can share ideas, conversation, go from virtual actually to real life. Again, you can use Feedly and Buffer to populate Twitter. This is how more or less, these are pictures, to give you an idea how scientists use Twitter. And we see here science students are the highest percentage of followers of scientists on Twitter. And this was taken actually in 2013, so it's a brand new study and graph. And you can use this for discussion, collaboration, experimentation, publication, anything you can do, you can use on Twitter. This is how the Twitter profile is. As you see, I branded my profile, so you can actually brand it through the settings of your Twitter profile. The part of it, see, this is how many tweets. This is an old picture, so it will have old numbers. This is, see at the top, Add Connect. You have to click on this every single day, because it will give you who interacted, who mentioned your name, and who interacted with you. Who started following you, and who actually retweeted a tweet for you, or even mentioned you in a tweet. And this way, you build a relationship with these people. You go and say, thank you for the retweet, thank you for following. Remember, social media is about building relationship. It's about dialogue and two-way conversation. And then you have the number of followers and followees. Make sure that the number of followers are at least 10% higher than the number of the people that you are following. Do we know why? That means that you have something interesting to offer, that people have a desire to follow you. So you have more followers than followees. I see people sometimes that they have 25 followers, but they are following like 900. You know, and that tells me right away, you know what I mean? If they follow me, I will never follow them back. And there are no rules on Twitter that if someone follows you, you have to follow them back. There is no rules like that. I mean, LinkedIn is an immediate, it's reciprocal. When someone invites you, you accept you're both connections of each other. The same with Facebook, but Twitter, you don't have to do that. And then there is, here is where you tweet, and here is where you put the 140 characters, and make sure to use the hashtag. When you go search for something, it's up on that box. And then this wheel is what gives you the drop-down sign for your settings. So if you go to your settings and go profile, there is a bio here that no one uses. You have to fill it up. It's 160 characters. You have to put your keywords, what you want people to find you under. Because when people are looking for scientific researcher, for child development, you know, this is how you get found based on that. You can also put hashtags in there. Make sure to put, you know, one thing that on the settings that it tell you if you want Twitter to say your location, don't mark that. Unmark it is for safety reasons, so no one can zoom down or where you are. You know that people can zoom down where you are using even your pictures that you publish online. You know that, right? Through, believe it or not, they have the IP of the camera and of the laptop that you're using, and people, hackers or whatever, can zoom down exactly on that. That's why we have to have security measures on our laptops. Okay. So this is how you.
We have 5 minutes left. Just
Okay. Okay, we talked already. Let's go to Google Plus. When writing your tweet, have a conversational language, and if you have a long link, use bit.ly to shorten it. Be polite. Ask people to retweet you. So say, please retweet. And your username cannot have numbers or underscores because it's not searchable on Twitter. Google Plus have 5 million people, and we talked about Google Scholar already. Google Plus has the Hangout, and it has circles. So you can put people on circles. So you have your students, scientists, participants, and you can disseminate the information based on these circles. You can send it to everybody, or you can send it only to target people through these circles, and that's the beauty of Google Plus. Facebook has 1.1 billion. I don't really think it's going to help you through the research. I'm not a fan of Facebook. I personally think it's going to go away like MySpace. But you can use it for posts, and you can have groups or pages. And the groups can be closed, meaning no one can see what's in there unless you're a member, or it can be open where everybody can see it. Pages can be like a business page. And you don't need to be friends to interact with people on your group. Just be interactive, polite. You can put videos and pictures on there. This is ResearchGate Facebook page and how they use it. They have 11,000 likes. The ethics concerns, like we said, we talked about that already. Intellectual property, copyright, who wrote it, who has the property of this material. Avoid, yes, you have to be concise, but avoid buzzwords like breakthrough and cure and all that. Be careful of the words that you use online. And then first, so this is to summarize. Have a website that will act as a hub for your social media. So it can be either personal or through CSU, SB here. Use keywords and hashtags. Have a LinkedIn profile, have a Twitter profile, have a Google+. Follow the hashtag Friday Night Science. There are a lot of scientists and researchers that actually go into chat on Twitter, so you can enjoy the conversation and be part of it. Create alerts, like we said, the RSS, you know, the Google Alerts, Feedly, and Buffer. This is summarizing what we talked about already. Have a blog, and make sure to register your blog into scienceseeker.org. That will increase your scientific profile. Use YouTube, SlideShare, Pinterest, Data Drive, Mendeley, we talked about that already. Magazine through Paper.ly or Scoop. And then the conversation, you can be an author as conversation. So social media can build community, can leverage your content, can curate your content, increase your visibility, and it cuts the middleman. You can go directly to your audience and your participants, locate searchable articles and citations, and it definitely increases your brand and your credibility as a source of science research. So this is simplify to amplify, more or less, and we come to the end of it. Oops. Okay. So thank you very much, and thank you for watching the